let us try to understand what are emotions as such. Emotions refer to an agitation or disturbance of mind, feeling, passion, any vehement or excited mental state. You are expecting your parents or your children who have been away for perhaps 1 year, 2 years or more, and you are in an airport waiting room where you want to welcome them. The moment flight lands and while they are going through the immigration and customs, what are your feelings? You are very eager. You look around. You know that it will take some time, but still you keep on looking in the glass windows, glass door, that perhaps you can see a glimpse of them. This is what it meant by agitation, disturbance or feelings and passion. Then the American dictionary, Webster's dictionary, tells us that it means to agitate, stir up, a strong feeling, excitement, a state of capability or having the feeling aroused to the point of awareness, any of various complex reactions with both mental and physical manifestations such as love, hate, fear, anger, etc. So, here they give some examples of what is meant by emotions. Let us see what are manifestations of emotions. First and foremost is anger, indignation, fury, annoyance, hostility, hatred, violence. You are expecting your promotion to associate professor, and then when you reach your office you find a letter which says the selection board did not agree on your promotion. What is immediate reaction? Would you throw the letter on table or floor? Would you put your foot down on the floor and say, look, again the dean has played a trick, HOD has played a trick? All these states of your expressions indicate anger. Therefore, one aspect of emotions is anger. Then sadness, grief, sorrow, dejection, loneliness, despair, depression. You are early morning feeding your baby, a child who is hardly 2 years old, and then suddenly to your mind comes the idea that in Gaza hundreds and thousands of people, including children, are shelled. They have been quarantined in their own homeland. They have no venues open to bring any food or medicine or water. Now, when you are feeding your very handsome child and you are having in your mind what is happening to children in Gaza at this time, would you feel depressed? Would you have tears trickling out of your ears, or you will feel joyful? Definitely, so long you are a human being, you must feel sad about those children who have nothing to eat while you are feeding your own child. Similarly, enjoyment, when people feel very happy. Students work for a whole semester, full academic year, and expect that they will have an A grade, but the one who is very hard working gets an A plus. Then excited, comes, hugs his mom, jumps on floor and says, look how I did it, or he may say or she may say how Allah has helped me, depending on the orientation. But still the feeling is that of enjoyment and happiness. Then feeling of love. You meet a person, a colleague in your department, a student who is very polite and kind. You feel attachment towards the student and you always try to help the person, not for any reward, not for any gain, but just for the sake of you like the person. Therefore, love and friendliness and trust and kindness, affinity or attachment is one aspect of emotions. And similarly, sometimes we are surprised. You have in your class about 10% very bright students, 20% mediocre, perhaps 50% average. But when you look into exams, you find the one who was in your judgment very mediocre, not very hard working, not very sharp, not very active in class, but did excellent job, not by cut paste, not by copying, not by stealing ideas from others, but with his or her own hard work. You are surprised to see how this student could do that. Then shame, which means guilt, embarrassment, remorse, humiliation, regret. You have a guest who you assume has no idea about your national language. He is a Canadian sitting with you and talking, and someone makes a joke in Urdu, and the meeting continues. But when the meeting ends, that Canadian visitor says in Urdu, "Aapka bahut bahut shukriya." How do you feel? I face exactly a situation like that. A well-known Canadian scholar, Cantwell Smith, who was an authority on Islamic studies, was with me, and we were discussing some matters. And then someone from my friends was also around, and he made a not very polite comment. And at the end, he came to know that Cantwell Smith knew Urdu very well because he taught in Aligarh University, he taught in Foreman Christian College before Pakistan was created, and therefore such states of shame where you feel, I wish I never said it. Then states of fear where you have anxiety, apprehension, nervousness, misgiving. You are called for interview. You have an excellent background academically, but when you are sitting in front of a selection board and you think you may or may not get a job, you have your hands cold, you start perspiring, you start stumbling when you talk, that are indication of your fear that I may not get the job. And that happens quite often. So these are just few examples of how emotions manifest themselves in different feelings, different aspects of body language, different aspects of how we look on things.